Well, here we are. Here I am with Marcia Lewis, Iain Johnstone, under the eaves of the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. Somewhere you've been for many years, Marcia. Which shows did you work on? Which years?
Well, I've worked on the shows. Well, it's interesting. Both the shows had Cary Grant, and it was Cary's last appearance on television. And we sat backstage together, and together we had a bottle of wine after he had finished doing his presentation. And I sat there and we talked, and he was so incredibly charming, so incredibly attractive, that I had to remind myself he was 80. And I had to say, oh, wait a minute, this is an 80-year-old man. You can't find him that attractive, really, can you?
Yes. Older than most Academy voters. There's been a lot of speculation in the press that they are too old, but Jack Palance at least got an award, I think, at the right age. He was nominated in 52 and then 53 for Shane, so he's just had the 40-year wait, hasn't he, in order to get his...
It's a long stage wait, but it was his.
Yes, it was his. The Oscars tonight is interesting. People are wearing these politically correct AIDS badges, and what we saw outside, and I don't know if you saw it on television very much, was a large homosexual and lesbian protest, which every year there are protesters, but this year that all went hand in glove, didn't it?
Yes, they've threatened to disrupt this year's ceremony. It's an organization called Queer Nation. They're very upset about their depiction in pictures, particularly this year in JFK and in Basic Instinct. They have said they'll disrupt. The Academy has said, please don't, but the threat is always there, and it has happened before.
Well, there was the disruption outside. Interesting, Sharon Stone there, one of the presenters, she's from Basic Instinct, and that is the film that's really got them on edge, although it's not exactly up for any nominations this year. When we come back to the ceremony, there are some people from Wayne's World whom we've never seen in England, which perhaps you can fill us in on. They're presenters, I should say. They haven't won yet, have they?
No, it's Dana Carvey and Mike Myers. They started out on television here in America on a show called Saturday Night Live, an enormously popular sketch. They play two teenagers who live in their basement and do a cable television show. And they're into heavy metal and they're into Party On. It's become the biggest picture here in America. I don't know how it'll translate overseas, but I think kids are kids everywhere, and it's a lot of fun.
I noticed yesterday at rehearsals they were very sort of hip. They wore their caps on backwards in this particular baggy dress. Is this their style, in fact, as well?
This is their style in terms of the movie. This is their style because it's a lot of fun for them to do. They don't really care that much. They have a very successful thing going.
But do they set the agenda in any way for American children? I mean, do your children follow Wayne's World? Too young, perhaps?
My children are a little too young, but I'm sure in about a year they'll be walking around with their caps on backwards. My children do say their catchphrase, not.
Not? Very clever catchphrase. One thing, we didn't see all of the arrivals. You did see most of them, those that you weren't rugby tackling. Well done. What are the frocks like this year? Bob Mackie to the fore?
I was going to say that they were wonderful this year right up until Gina Davis came out. I was saying, oh God, everybody's done so well, isn't that nice? But Gina Davis came out and really has set kind of pace for the evening that I don't know anybody can compete with. I must say, Susan Sarandon is about to have a baby any minute. She's 9 months pregnant. So it was a rather interesting kind of profile the two of them had out there.
I thought it was quite risky of them to set... I mean, I think they knew they were setting themselves up, didn't they?
I'm not sure you get up in the morning and decide to set yourself up in front of 1 billion people.
Well, we did it, so why not them?
That's true.
And I'm not even pregnant at all. Well, now I think we're on our way back to the ceremony, so keep enjoying yourselves, please.